Gimana Pak GM? How are you doing?
I'm very good, but what is gimana?
Lumayan banyak juga loh. Maksudnya kayak untuk notice 2 jam sebelum podcast ada berapa pertanyaan?
Oh really?
Iya, seperti
Okay.
Merto yang bertanya kenapa kamu gendut? Kenapa kamu
okay.
montok lebih tepatnya? Ini biar nggak lupa ya,
I know,
jadi
right?
pertanyaan di depan.
I know, right? I don't know what happened. I mean, I think stress itu bisa ngebuat seseorang nambah berat badan, dan I'm pretty much the living proof kalau misalkan stres betul-betul bisa ngebuat
Berat badan
orang
naik.
naik. Iya, berat badan naik. Jadi kayak,
Oh my god, jadi tough ya jadi GM ya?
oh, it's stressful. Waktu pertama kali banget itu, I don't have a clue. I didn't have a clue tentang gimana caranya jadi GM yang benar, dan I didn't have anybody to mentor me.
Your owner? Ownernya nggak ngajarin kah?
Well, they just have like, you need to do this, and I, kayak try to find out how to finish the tasks and assignments. Jadi, it was very stressful. Yang paling kacau itu adalah because I need to learn how to do it. It is going to take like a lot more time. Dan at that time manajemennya itu kebetulan baru disbanded, so I'm actually making a new management.
Aduh.
We don't have any procedures, dan prosedur sebelumnya itu perlu di-updated, especially because of COVID. Jadi, I took like 12 hours a day working at the office, dan ada di Payangan itu. Then it was crazy, man. I come by 7, sometimes I go home, it's lucky if I go home by 7. Sometimes I even go home by 1.
Berangkat pagi jam 7 pagi, pulang jam 1.
Yes. And the next day I'm there at 7 again. So yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Guys,
Hence
malah
the weight.
That's the way. Sorry, lupa perkenalan. Ini Chandra, ini
Hai,
Eka.
saya Eka.
Ini orang nggak jelas. Profesi apa nggak ada yang tahu, temennya nggak ada yang tahu. Ini GM-nya Nandini.
Halo.
Jadi satu-satunya orang yang umur 30 udah jadi GM bintang hotel 4, bintang 4 yang punya hotel bukan bapaknya. So for me this is like very amazing achievement. Dicapai waktu pandemi. Jadi
Dicapai waktu pandemi.
iya, so banyak banget yang laid off. Ini orang malah promosi. Jadi the highest available position. What an achievement.
Oh, thank you, man. And
So-
congratulations on your new podcast.
Yes, this is the first time. Hopefully ada yang nonton, dan hopefully there will be like the next and the next one.
Yes.
Alright,
Okay.
so itu yang pertanyaan pertama, kenapa tambah gendut dari Merte. Pertanyaan kedua dari Takumi, masih ingat?
Wow, okay. Hi,
Takumi bertanya, kapan kawin?
No, that's very difficult question.
Aha, go ahead.
I don't know, maybe 10 years. If
When
I'm
you're-
lucky.
When you're 40?
Yeah, if I'm lucky. If I'm not that lucky, so I don't know.
Okay, maybe your girl is 10 years old now. You need to wait until she's 20.
So jadi dia langsung legal age gitu ya,
Nah.
baru bisa dimeritin. Fair enough, maybe.
Kayak siapa tuh penyanyi Elvis Presley kan?
No thanks.
Ditungguin loh, dari umur 13 tahun udah dipanjar.
Oke, jadi kayak dipelihara gitu
Iya,
ya.
iya.
Sampai akhirnya
Pendidikannya
sudah off age,
apa
baru
udah
dimeritin.
baru di-
No, Takumi, that is a bad question. Stop
Bad
asking that
question.
question, Takumi.
Pertanyaan yang lebih serius, ada pertanyaan dari Krisna. Nah, Krisnanya temanku dan dia pengusaha villa.
Oh, okay.
Jadi aku pensinya saya assume kalau nggak nol ya nyaris nol. Jadi pom. Dan dia tanya gimana sih cara marketing kamar akomodasi di zaman COVID begini?
That's an interesting question. Even I don't know.
Oke.
I'm going to be very honest. Even I don't know. I mean, there are two things that we can do. We can try and find out the result, and we can just do nothing and of course get no result. I choose to try. Dan what I did itu adalah I go with the stream. Jadi I keep on updating myself di LinkedIn, social media, Facebook, Twitter, dan ikut semua Ubud Hotel Association, asosiasi ini, seminar itu. Whatever the other people did, I do.
Oh my god, that sounds
So,
tough.
I chase up the Traveloka ranking.
Oh.
I chase up the ads di Facebook dan di Instagram. I make exactly the same flyer. Jadi kayak betul-betul mepetin. It's like McD dan KFC. You know, kayak McD sudah established, KFC coba untuk ngimbangin. So that's what I pretty much do.
So, siapa yang kamu mau imbangin?
In my area is Padma.
Oh, so
Padma Ubud.
jadi you set a benchmark, so whatever Padma Ubud do, you try to
Yes.
chase Padma.
Yes.
Jadi
Whatever the price they put, we are going to go lower by 10%. wherever visibility dia munculin, we are there.
Wow.
So we don't care. We don't have any marketing strategy. What we did is that whatever Padma did the same. They worked, it worked. So let's do it.
Wow, ini is very beautiful insight ya. Kalau kepikiran loh, nggak kepikiran sampai sana. But that's how you do it, lads. Jadi look for the champion and follow the giant.
You know, that's what people can do kalau misalnya dia nggak punya mentor dan nggak punya siapa-siapa, right?
Man, tough life ya.
You can just like, you know, kayak APM lah men, sama tiru modifikasi. Udah itu doang. Kayak hotel juga gitu-gitu doang. Yang paling pinter juga mentoknya segitu-segitu doang. So,
Sad,
what do you expect?
Tapi aku pernah nginep di Padma. Sekitar New Year, Christmas gitu sama kakak aku dan sepi juga sih.
Well, there were some points. Jadi kayak what we did at Nandini adalah setiap hari kita pura-pura jadi tamu dan coba booking 8 kompetitor yang kita lakuin, yang kita pepetin.
Are you sure ini boleh masuk podcast?
I don't know, maybe I don't mind.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't mind. Kayak if it can help people, why not?
Oke, jadi kamu bikin booking di kompetitor?
Yeah, not bikin bookingan, kayak just like inquiring. Besok ini harganya berapa segala macam.
Oh ya itu boleh lah.
So every promotions that they have, I copy. If they have stay 3 pay 2, Nandini just posted a stay 3 pay 2. If they have weekend flash sale, Nandini just posted the weekend flash sale. If they have monthly, we just have monthly. So we exactly have the same program at cheaper price, but better products. So yeah. That is the only way to do it, I think.
Wow.
But that is a good question, Krishna.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I wish you the best, Krishna. It's a difficult time, especially for the villa owners. It's a huge challenge.
He's an owner. Krishna sempat beberapa kali sharing. Jadi papanya dulu banker, kemudian retired and move into property business. And if you are in property owner di Bali, you tend to like sooner or later diverted into like accommodations, tourism,
more money, man.
Kecuali untuk orang yang kayak quite conservative like my family.
Okay.
I think last question lebih kayak motivasi ya. Dias ya nanya kayak, how do you survive? That's quite a you know biased question.
Yeah, but I got it.
But you got it.
I completely got it. I mean, like there were times. Okay, this is a very difficult time, Chandra. Even for me.
Okay,
so even if you say that Eka is like dari pandemic sudah jadi GM lah segala macam, it doesn't come easy.
It doesn't come easy.
Yeah, especially untuk tidak minta uang dari owner. It's like betul-betul, you know, it's like super difficult. I need to make terms with the suppliers. I need to make terms with the banks. I need to make terms with the people lah segala macam just to get by. Sometimes I don't want to go to the office. I actually just discussed this with Merta actually last night.
Iya. Merta tiba-tiba WA aku. Chan, kamu punya nggak uang 32M?
True. Merta, not a good thing to ask somebody.
But honestly, I don't have that kind of much of money.
Okay,
if I do, I'll tell you. But not yet.
Okay, good.
Sooner or later, I will have. But yeah, not so far.
Fingers crossed. So I spoke to Merta kemarin kan, dan kayak kita ngobrolin tentang I asked, he actually suffered the same pattern yang I suffered. Jadi yang dia bilang itu adalah I think it is like as simple as you don't want to get up from bed then go to work. That is the simple thing. But apparently there is this medical thingy.
Oh, there's a medical term for it?
Yeah, there is a medical terms untuk itu. Karena what happened itu adalah waktu aku jalan dari kantor ke office, dari kantor ke office, dari rumah ke office, I have the tendency, this might sound stupid, to cross my bike, to nobrok mobil.
Tolong diulang. So, jadi Nani Eka ini cukup dedikasi kerjanya tinggi ya. Jadi bagi yang nggak tahu, Nandini itu jauh intinya. Dan like rumahnya dia di Denpasar. Jadi tiap hari itu naik motor 2 jam. Jadi gimana? Tiap hari kamu naik motor?
I naik motor dan mau pergi ke Payangan. Dan there were times ketika I was like very capek dan frustrated. I just want to nabrak mobil, just to masuk rumah sakit dan supaya I can gak kerja. You know, karena the pressure is like banyak banget, the task is like banyak banget. I have nobody to rely on dan it is difficult to get by. Dan Merta actually spotted that sign sebagai sign of depression, and he told me that the name of the depression is Call of the Void. So apparently I have that. He's actually asking me to seek for medical help, but maybe we can just do it later. But I promise I'm not going to hit my bike, guys.
Oh, sudah. Ini quite, that's not suicidal, tapi
Yeah.
you got the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it goes through my mind kayak aduh ini capek banget sampai kantor harus gini. Belum lagi kalau misalkan ada the most problematic thing itu adalah the management baru adalah people haven't trusted you yet.
Oh, that's just, apalagi lu umur 30 ya.
There we go.
Dari
Like anak
again.
kecil, nggak tahu siapa jadi bos gue, terus langsung kayak ngasih ide gini segala macam. It's challenging, dan it is not easy to get through it. Jadi kayak even though I already set myself, maybe as I have explained to you, I have an app untuk task list. Jadi kayak every day I check my task list. It's called Quire. Ini tidak di endorse ya. But Quire ini I always monitor. Jadi every task list yang I have, I put it di Quire. Then I try to finish it. Instead of itu berkurang setiap harinya, itu nambah. Dan whenever I wanted to finish it, selalu ada gangguan eksternal dari staff yang nanyain, kayak internal problems. Kayak Pak, saya nggak bisa komunikasi sama departemen ini mengenai ini, and then I have to menjembatani, dan I have to ketok palu gimana SOP yang benar harus kayak gimana segala macam. Dan it's the little unnecessary things yang ngebuat kayaknya lebih gampang masuk rumah sakit, nggak usah mikir kerjaan selama 2 bulan. Dan ketika di rumah sakit, of course people will think, staff terutama bakal mikir, ditinggal sama bos, tapi kerjaan harus kelar, jadi mereka bakal do it by themselves without my supervision gitu. That has been the call of the void yang I have been having for months. Luckily sampai sekarang masih hidup.
Luckily.
Yeah, well, I'm not that suicidal, but yeah, I think that answered the question from Diaz. I think that's what he meant. I hope that's what he meant.
Yeah.
But motivating yourself is very difficult. Tapi every time it is difficult for me, I open TED Talks.
TED Talks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Open TED Talks.
Very positive person ya.
I try to sway my thing to different thing. Kayak I have thing with science dan language. Dan jadi setiap ada podcast, setiap ada TED Talk tentang language, tentang bagaimana sebuah suku itu ternyata pola pikirnya berubah hanya karena susunan kata dan kalimat.
Iya. Seperti yang terkenal kayak kalau, nah contohnya yang aku tahu tuh kalau di sebagian besar negara di dunia itu kan ibu pertiwi. Dalam bahasa Inggris kan motherland.
Yeah.
Cuman di Jerman kan das Vaterland.
Yep. So yeah, that way it's pretty interesting to me. Dan mulai mikir kalau hey, everything is actually okay when you kayak nggak ngelakuin your job. Jadi kayak because I have this feeling kalau misalnya I have to do my job. Ini belum selesai. Dan dari situ I started to think kalau misalkan you have to motivate yourself. Jadi kayak nobody is going to motivate you. Even your girlfriend, I don't have any, but even if you do, it's not going to help. Even your gebetan, okay, let's talk plural. Gak helping. Even your mom sometimes does not help. Sorry, mom. Even my sister even doesn't help.
Okay.
So you have to motivate yourself. You have to ask, why do you want this? You have to check kenapa satu Tuhan ngasih kamu, dan dua kenapa orang percayain kamu di posisi ini gitu. Jadi kayak at least jangan kecewain mereka.
Wow, so
gitu man.
Very heavy words.
But yeah, I hope that answered this question.
Yes, question how to survive. Last question from Agatha, which is quite similar, is how do you cope with COVID? I don't know. That's what kind of question is that? Bagaimana menghadapi like COVID and COVID life? Very general question once again.
Okay.
But yeah, that's last question of the day.
Oh, but this might sound odd dan stupid, tapi kayak for me COVID dan not COVID itu secara internal doesn't really affect me that much.
You just told me you were stressed out. How come now you said it doesn't affect you too much?
No, I mean like me personally, okay? The work is of course it is impacted by law, tapi kayak my behavior every day. I still wake up every morning. Sometimes I watch Netflix. The only thing that we have to do is just like have this mask everywhere. But apart from that, everything is the same. This is a bad example, but I don't wash my hands that often. I don't put hand sanitizer that often. Jadi kayak but COVID life is biasa aja for me. Jadi kayak if I have a day off, then then I go as my kayak sebagai Eka as individual, not a GM.
Yeah.
It's the same old day seperti sebelum pandemi minus the goals.
Alright, that's the question from the orang yang baru dikasih tahu ada podcast 2 jam sebelumnya. Thank you banget buat pertanyaannya. Dan sekarang oke ya. Oke. Kayak aku sendiri juga ada pertanyaan gitu. Kan kita bagi yang nggak tahu, kita temenan udah lama. Kita temenan dari SMA. Jadi
aku 12 years, huh?
Ya,
No, even more.
Even more. Jadi setengah hidup kita udah bareng gitu. Dan
that sounds wrong.
That sounds wrong. Tapi aku sering banget dulu Eka punya restoran pecel. Pecel Madiun di Tuku Umar bagi yang tahu. Dan aku sering ke sana untuk minta pete.
Dan makan seperti orang barbar.
Ya, jadi goes a long way.
Dianya itu nggak usah niat gitu ya, biasa aja.
Tadi ya, actually we go a long way. Cuman gini Kak, kamu kan kuliah bahasa Inggris sama hukum.
Dan hukumnya drop out.
Oh, hukumnya drop out. Aku kira lulus.
Hukumnya drop out. Dan ngambil S2 marketing juga drop out.
Oh, oke. Aku nggak tahu. Aku tahu kamu cuma ngambil double degree sasing sama
hukum.
Tapi ternyata kamu sempat ngambil S2.
I did. 2017.
Di
Udayana.
Ya?
Yeah.
Berarti 2017.
Yeah.
Berapa lama kamu di sana di S2?
Sisa tesis terus males terus cabut.
Oke. Jadi gimana hospitality? Kamu kan nggak, kalau setauku ya, makanya kalau kamu ngambil day job atau apa, aku pernah nawarin kamu kerjaan di Bedblock, atau kamu ambil kan istilahnya, to my knowledge kamu nggak pernah kayak udah kerja waktu kuliah ya, kecuali kayak ngambil day job itu kan LOLO itu kan nggak usah disebut ya, cuman as in like kuliah malam itu kan nggak kan. I mean like when you are studying you study kan, paling nggak selama S1.
Betul.
Jadi kamu baru mulai kerja umur
practically enggak, waktu 2012 waktu umur 22 I work kok. Jadi kayak at that time well, because of debating, I got a debate friend yang if you know Bang Josepa Maruli Oka. So I actually have a friend namanya Jerry, dan Jerry actually my campus friend, dan dia bilang he needs help di Royal Resorts waktu itu namanya, sekarang namanya Karma Group Global. Sebagai sekarang namanya navigator, dulu namanya member services. Like orang yang cold calling untuk nawar-nawarin timeshare.
Oh iya, aku ingat ya, kamu kerja bareng Angel kan?
Yeah, true, I work with Angel.
Iya.
So di situ selama setahun.
Itu kuliah?
Itu masih enggak, waktu itu lagi cuti kuliah kalau nggak salah.
Oke. Cuman itu, jadi jadi guys, ini true story ya. I mean like no like crazy connection, nggak ada kayak nggak ada hanky-panky, nggak ada jalan pintas, nggak ada apa. No privilege at all ya. And start from the very bottom ya.
Yes.
Like calling people, do you want timeshare?
Yeah. Then at the office actually opens at 10 and closes at 6. Tapi karena time difference, I come at 8 a.m. so I can call the Australians.
Oh yeah.
Then I finish around 9 to 10 p.m. so that I can call the England and Americans. Jadi kayak because of course we cannot call them during our office hours karena they're sleeping.
Mereka sleep tidur.
So the only way to do it, to trick it, is that to go a little bit like overtime every day. And that brought me the best newcomer of the year. So yeah, that's worth it. Dan that actually the foundation untuk jadi duty manager at Karma Kandara, yang menjadi stepping stone untuk menjadi front office manager at Commune, yang menjadi stepping stone juga untuk jadi rooms division manager at Hanging Gardens, dan eventually now general manager at Nandini.
Okay, you're going a bit too fast. Jadi pertama di Karma Kandara kerjaannya nelfonin orang.
Betul. No. Di Karma Group,
di Karma
Group, the corporate.
Iya.
Kerjaannya nelfonin orang.
Nawarin timeshare, dan
Betul.
itu jalan sampai
a year, 2012-2013.
Tahun 2013 masih di Karma Group.
2013 I nyelesain kampus kuliah.
Oke.
Ya, jadi kayak I think I need to finish the degree.
Iya.
Jadi ya udah akhirnya mutus untuk kuliah aja.
Eka Jayantara Sarjana Sastra gitu kan.
Iya, true. Tapi itu lulus 2014. And then I apply ke Karma Kandara sebagai net auditor.
Apaan tuh? Aku kan nggak.
Oke, net auditor itu adalah orang yang kerjanya itu masuk malam. Kerjaannya itu ngitungin kertas-kertas risit-risit yang sudah ada setiap dalam satu hari penuh. Jadi kalau misalnya satu hari itu ada restoran itu dapat untung berapa, itu ada di rekapan receipt itu ya. Nah, tugasnya night auditor itu adalah ngerekap semua itu. I didn't know itu kerjaan apa, I just apply dan dipanggil.
I got no idea such job exists.
Oke, jadi kayak itu masuknya malam terus dari jam 11 malam sampai jam 7 pagi.
Siangnya ngapain Kak?
Tidur. Tapi no.
Udah jadi kalong.
This is the thing. When I applied sebagai night auditor di sana, I met with this person namanya Jeff Drake. Dan kita hit off banget karena apparently he loves Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. Dan he saw a potential in me. Dia nggak mau aku jadi night auditor. Dan he promoted me as duty manager instead. Jadi that's how it goes. Ini agak sedikit funky. Cuman sorry guys dari saya.
Kita di Starbucks.
Ya.
Terus
Jadi agak lucu aja ketika you apply for night auditor, but you get something better instead.
live tips, watch
Kayak-
sitcom.
True. Very
Live
season is
tips,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what happened. But the lovey-dovey with my boss itu nggak jalan bagus lama juga sih.
Oh, oke.
Kayak a year after, itu nggak ada front office manager in my department.
Iya.
Dan I spoke to him, nanya, bos karena nggak ada front office manager, boleh nggak aku yang cover?
Iya.
Dan nggak usah front office manager dulu deh, asisten front office managernya dulu.
Iya.
Then he was like, no, not yet. Itu kata dia at that time.
Iya.
Karena I felt like I deserve the job, jadi kayak I apply to other places,
Iya.
dan diterima di commune
Oh iya, dokumen.
sebagai front office manager,
Manager,
bukan
iya.
assistant. Front office manager. I was
iya.
assistant to nobody. You know?
Wow, oke.
Dan
Jadi itu
setelah
jadi
itu-
manajer umur berapa?
25.
Umur 25.
Yeah, 25.
Wah, 22 nelponin orang, 25 manajer.
Yeah. And
Congrats.
I go back to my boss di Karma Kandara dan bilang, bos, aku resign karena aku mau ke Karma ke commune dan kayak go to front office manager job.
Yeah.
Dan dia bilang, think it through. Kalau misalkan kamu di sini, mungkin tahun depan kita bisa promote kamu. Dan my answer at that time adalah, bos, kalau misalnya I can be front office manager today, why do I have to wait a year for you to give me the assistant manager's position? So I just left.
Wah, tough man.
I just left.
It's tough man.
Yeah.
Jadi itulah akhir perjalanan di Karma. Terus umur 25 udah jadi manajer di commune.
Yes, and that is the best time in my life, I have to say.
Really?
Working at commune pertamanya is difficult, tapi the team is very strong.
Why, if I may know?
This maybe you wouldn't like this, but the people are obedient. Dan being a benevolent dictatorship I am, it is nice to have a group of obedient people yang listen you as kings, like God. Jadi every time I say jangan pakai bahasa ini, jangan berdiri harus begini, they go with it.
Okay.
Kayak dan that way the service improve. Dan kita dapat banyak TripAdvisor review positif banget. Dan we got lots of bonus dari bos, ya kan? It was great. I was entrusted with my position secara title itu adalah front office manager.
Yeah.
But I do tours, I do events, I help with banquets, sometimes juga ngurusin rooms. Jadi I'm happy. I was happy. In the first year it was difficult.
Karena?
Karena assimilating, adaptasi segala macam, dan ngebuat prosedur baru. But I enjoyed it because my boss was very cool. My boss was Irwin Ole, mendiang almarhum Irwin Ole yang sudah ngajarin banyak hal. Ya, jadi kayak I'm very thankful because he's actually the person who showed me the senior management role dalam hotel. Jadi dia yang ngajarin kan.
Jadi umur 26.
26.
26. That you found a mentor that teach you
Yes.
how to be a leader.
Yep. Dan cara dia is very cool.
Mind if you share any?
This may sound stupid, tapi do whatever you want.
You're the boss.
Yeah, you're the boss. Do whatever you want. Then that thing builds up leadership in you. Karena I got that trust, I grow. Then he was very surprised seeing my growth. Jadi
To be very honest with you ya Kak, waktu kamu SMA tuh I don't see you as a leader.
Really?
I mean like I don't see myself as a leader juga ya.
Okay.
Karena ya sedikit, maksudnya kalau waktu kita debat gitu aku pikir kayak normal gitu. Kayak very like leader gitu.
Okay.
Tapi kayak banyak orang yang kayak by nature is kayak aku mungkin lebih tipe yang kayak apalah anarkis, lone wolf,
Barbaric.
ya barbarian gitu lah kalau main game RPG. Ya. Ya, tapi on the second hand kayak di harapan juga nggak ada yang kayak very strong leader
True.
type juga ya. Coco, Justin tuh kayak Olive tuh orangnya agak
Laid back,
nyantai,
gitu,
very
yeah.
kind people. But nggak ada yang kayak normal yang kayak
You have to do this, yeah. And you fucked up. There you go. That's
Yeah.
Normie, but we love you.
Yeah.
We
Happy
love
birthday,
You. Oh,
Anya.
happy birthday, Norma.
Hari ini ulang tahunnya Norma.
Wow, okay.
You are 31 now.
And we're still 30.
Yeah.
So we are the young cool kids.
Yeah.
Cool.
Happy birthday once again. Ya, tapi ya, apparently now sekarang you are a leader of men dan kayaknya nggak ada.
Leader of men, okay.
Nah, to my knowledge kayak mungkin apart from Norma tuh nggak ada tuh the better angkatan kita that have as much subordinates as you. And definitely Norma bukan GM, tapi kan dia kerja di Indosat.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Last time I noticed, he's at Unilever.
Ya itu the years ago.
Okay.
Dia juga, she got a, to my knowledge, she got a fantastic career di Jakarta. Dia HR di Indosat.
Yeah, that's a difficult job.
I guess so. Oh, sorry. Back to you. You.
Yeah, the
Di
Irwin
commune.
actually gave me
Irwin,
the
yeah.
comment. Jadi kayak he doesn't care gimana caranya. He only cares about the result.
Yeah.
Then I got room for improvements. Jadi kayak yang basicnya sudah I improve kan. Terus kayak I tweak it a bit, nambahin lagi. I put the 5-star stances in it. Karena
Wow.
I came from Karma Kandara, you know.
Yeah.
Jadi kayak
Yeah.
I put the 5-star stance in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then it worked even better.
Yeah.
Jadi even the general manager at that time dia bilang, I've never seen the front office of Commune as dynamic as when Eka was there.
Wow, that's
Jadi
quite
it
a
was like,
compliment there.
Shit, gitu kayak itu adalah pertama kalinya GM. I actually got a compliment from GM.
Yeah.
Dan even the GM juga kayak Eka, I don't care what you're doing. Just tell me if you have any problem. I don't really care what time you start. I don't really care what time you finish.
Yeah.
As long as everything is fine, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Then on the second and the third year,
Yeah.
Chandra,
Yeah.
I came to the office at 11.
Uh-huh.
I play Mobile Legends.
Yeah.
I finished my Mobile Legends karena kalah terus jam 12.
Uh-huh.
I go out for lunch
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then setelah balik jam 2 siang itu I go to the beach club untuk ngopi.
Yeah.
Jam 3 I do my emails sedikit.
Yeah.
Jam 4 I go home.
When you are the boss, you act like the boss, lads.
But the job is finished.
But the job is done.
No issues, no complaints, nothing. So we have a very strong system to fix things up.
Aku sampai sekarang nggak pernah loh ke hotel Commune.
You should, man.
Nah, I mean like kayak hanging yeah,
You went to Hanging Gardens.
I went to
invited
Hanging
you.
Garden, yeah. Dan
Yeah.
that's because you invited me.
Yeah.
Karma aku udah tahu dari lama. And then for me like Karma is a fantastic property.
It's big. It's the Beverly Hills of Bali.
Yeah, it's very nice. Hanging Garden juga it's quite a classic gitu kan, Coco Danis yang bikin. Tapi Commune itu kayak it's just by the beach, you know, kayak honestly doesn't have the vibes. Gitu.
Okay, if
That's not
you're-
very inviting for me.
If you're talking about luxury, maybe yes. Tapi kayak main marketnya Commune itu lebih ke server.
Server
sebenarnya.
ya, and I'm not a
Yeah,
server.
dan anak-anak gaul.
I see.
Are you anak gaul?
No,
Maybe
not
that's why.
Ya, aku pernah sih makan di Commune,
Oh, okay.
makan pizza.
Yeah. But yeah, junk food aja di situ ya.
Iya. Namanya juga server ya, finger food
Yeah.
semua isinya.
But yeah, Commune is actually the happiest place on earth I've ever worked at.
Mhm.
Jadi kayak kemarin betul-betul ketika mau resign dari sana tuh sangat dilematis.
Mhm.
Tapi Irwin told me, sampai kapan kamu mau ngikut orang? Sampai kapan kamu mau cuman jadi FOM doang? Jadi
Betul.
kalau misalnya ada kesempatan, cabut aja dah. Dan dia sendiri yang bilang waktu itu, I wouldn't be surprised kalau misalkan you become GM lebih dulu daripada I become GM.
How old is this guy?
Irwin is like almost 40 something kalau nggak salah. Yeah, 44 something. Dan he was a director of revenue for Hotel Commune. Dan sebelum tutup usia Februari tahun lalu itu, dia menjabat sebagai executive assistant manager. Dia the second in command of the hotel. So, yeah.
But he really something in you ya.
So, he just said,
A man with a vision ya.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised kalau misalnya you became GM lebih dulu daripada I. So yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, that's the story, and then I'm here.
No. How do you move from Commune to Hanging Garden?
This is pretty funny though. Irwin has a wife, namanya Soraya, dan Soraya actually worked for Hanging Gardens. Then I don't know, I just they said there is no connection, tapi I kind of felt it. Tiba-tiba project director Hanging Gardens itu ngirimin LinkedIn message to me, specifically nanyain, kita ada lowongan sebagai front office manager di Hanging Gardens, kau mau apa enggak? And then I told him, sorry, kalau front office manager aku sudah. Kalau rooms division manager aku belum. Kau mau nggak hire aku jadi rooms division manager?
Is it hire? Aku nggak terlalu ngerti rank di.
Okay. Jadi it goes like there is a division boss, there is a department head boss. Jadi kayak it goes like this is staff, supervisor, manager is the department head. Manager reports to the division head.
Division head.
Yes. Jadi kayak division headnya untuk front office itu adalah rooms division manager. Dia megang housekeeping dan dia megang front office. And then you go to EAM. EAM is like the second in command. And then you go to general manager.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much skipping multiple positions.
Yeah.
So ditawarin sama project director waktu itu, jadi Pak Gary Rosen. Dia bilang, I want you instead of other person yang lebih qualified. Jadi I was there. Yeah. Gitu sih ceritanya
di Hanging Garden.
Nobody say actually ada hubungan between Soraya and Gary Rosen, but I kind of felt there is. I mean kayak bukan hubungan gitu ya. Maksudnya hubungan kayak maybe they talk dan they chat. Jadi kayak my name tiba-tiba kesinggung dan he became interested in me gitu. Jadi kayak I kind of have that vibe. Even though they denied.
Okay.
Tapi ya gitu. Jadi kayak I'm very thankful for Irwin and the family and the wife. Ya kayak I wouldn't be here tanpa confidence yang dikasih sama Irwin, tanpa chance yang dikasih oleh Soraya.
So Irwin, I don't know you, but you are a great man. Terus how's Hanging Garden? Dan di Hanging Garden sudah itu kalau baru masuk Hanging Garden and at the age of 28 berarti ya?
28, ya.
28 masuk Hanging Garden dan kamu sudah orang nomor 3 berarti. Meskipun nomor 3-nya ada banyak ya.
Betul.
Tapi from the GM, bukan dari owner ya, dari GM kamu udah orang nomor 3 berarti.
Betul. Secara hierarki seharusnya seperti itu. But at that time there is nobody above me selain the GM himself.
Okay.
So from GM is strict directly to me.
Tapi karena manager. Pas secara struktural orang nomor 2-nya lagi vakan aja.
Betul. Emang nggak ada di hierarki Hanging Gardens, emang nggak di hire. But jadi he made me the second in command. Jadi kayak he made me the second in command dan dia jadi kayak kita tektokan. If the GM is off, I'm not supposed to be off. If I'm off, then GM is there. Jadi kayak betul-betul saling cover. Jadi ya gitu. So they entrusted me to be the person who is in charge for the operation.
So at the age of 28, you are number 2 in a 5-star hotel in Bali.
Yes, 7 stars luxury boutique hotel.
Hanging Garden of Ubud.
Hanging Gardens of Bali.
Oh, sorry. Jadi waktu aku belajar jadi developer awal-awal tuh, itu salah satu landmark tuh. Kamu bikin villa harus pakai Popo Dana Hanging Garden.
But it is very beautiful.
It is very beautiful. Nice. Very classic. Classy ya. Dibangun udah lama padahal tapi desainnya everlasting.
Dan masih bagus loh maintenance-nya.
Iya.
Other hotels 15 tahun mungkin sudah rongsok-rongsok.
Iya.
This one is still beautiful. The owner is very very keen terhadap maintenance. Jadi we are very lucky untuk punya sebuah produk yang meskipun tua tapi masih well furnished. Dan marketingnya is very easy to be sold. Kayak kamu mau hidup di mana Hanging Gardens, oke, sudah kayak suge.
Iya.
Dan itu very very good market.
Ada anginnya gitu.
Gitu.
Iya.
So dan eventually from Hanging Gardens is here, Nandini.
Same owner kan?
The same owner.
Sama grup.
Jadi
cuman selempar batu propertinya.
It's just 5 minutes apart.
Well,
it's 20 minutes if you ngesot, but I never tried ngesot, so maybe you should try. So that one was pretty funky. Karena pandemi, jadi kayak tidak ada GM di Nandini. So I was actually dikejar sama the owner representative of Hanging Gardens. Dia kayak bilang, Eka tolong bantu saya. And then at first I don't have confidence. I don't have the confidence untuk untuk run the property.
Yeah,
Kayak betul-betul ini aku bisa apa enggak? Apakah I have sufficient, kayak leadership to do it?
Yeah.
Apakah people will listen to me dan kita akan jalan berdasarkan vision yang I give to them?
Yeah.
Dan banyak banget ada di securities yang ngebuat I say no. Jadi kayak at that time I said no, tapi dia ngejar sampai 3-4 kali.
Wow.
So the owner representative herself, dia ngejar kayak Eka di mana? Eka bantu saya. Eka di mana? Eka bantu saya. She invited me to terakhir kali after waktu I said yes, she invited me to the Trans Resort yang ada di Seminyak.
Iya.
Dan dia bilang, Eka, bapak nggak bakalan bisa kalau misalkan you're not here. So please tolong dibantu. Nanti kalau I know that you're still young dan masih coba untuk belajar, but I will cover for everything that you need. Kayak given that I know that I have that support dan diberikan room untuk belajar, jadi kayak nggak langsung kamu salah, kamu ditendang, kayak that's the fear of people.
Bukan kayak kamu jadi manajer Chelsea gitu kan. Ya, klub dengan catatan pemecatan paling kejam di Eropa gitu. Hah, kamu juara Liga Champions di Matteo. 6 bulan kemudian.
Yeah, true. But so that's what happened. Jadi kayak dikejar dan akhirnya oke lah, dikasih support dan betul-betul dipercaya dan dikasih rooms untuk improve dan dikasih belajar dan betul-betul mulai dari nol. Jadi I'm very very lucky during this pandemic karena dikasih kesempatan kayak begini banyaknya sama Tuhan. Dan again, kayaknya emang kalau kayak begini dikasih stres itu kayak menyia-nyiakan berkah Tuhan gitu nggak sih?
Wow.
Iya nggak sih kan?
Ya udah religius.
But that's how I felt. That's how I felt, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. We want you to be personal, and if God's personal to you, then so be it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what a story ya.
So,
ya, jadi kayak antara Liu Bei sama Cuke Liang tuh beneran ada ya.
Wow, oke.
Datang kan ngejar sampai 3 kali ke gue.
Iya.
Ternyata itu bukan legenda.
Iya juga ya.
Di dunia modern pun kejadian. Cuke Liang modern. Cuke Liang tuh umur 25 waktu
di hire sama Liu Bei.
Yeah.
Really?
Kamu umur 30, 45 tahun. Liu Bei 50 waktu itu. Waktu mereka ketemu tuh setengah umur.
She's 40 something.
Yeah. Never mind. That's Tapi ini menarik ya. Maksudnya dari gaya ngomong kamu, dari kamu pertama kali masuk sebagai staff yang, to my knowledge ya, tukang telepon kan hierarki paling bawah.
Betul.
Tapi kayak dari tukang telepon ke front office, ke manager, sampai kamu jadi orang nomor 2 pun itu dari cara kamu ngomong itu smooth gitu.
Oke.
Kayak smooth sailing, tapi gap antara jadi nomor 2 dengan nomor 1 itu adalah gap yang justru paling lebar. Betul. Jadi antara peringkat 1, jadi antara paling bawah dari staff sampai manager, just kayak nomor peringkat 1 ke peringkat 3 gitu.
Itu nggak begitu besar gapnya.
Itu nggak begitu besar gapnya. Tapi antara level 4 dengan 5 gitu, antara yang nomor 2 aja dari wapres jadi presiden, itu yang yang kayak semuanya langsung it's a whole different game, it's a whole different world.
Then you have to grasp. I came from the front office background.
Yeah.
Then given that I was rooms division manager, I know housekeeping.
You know housekeeping.
I am very weak di F&B service, restoran, di kitchen, di engineering, maintenance property lala segala macam, spa apalagi, especially I don't like being touched. Jadi nggak pernah spa. So this is actually the challenge yang I faced waktu itu adalah restoran.
Oke, menarik.
And the solution to do it, you know how?
Niru gitu lagi?
No, I eat at many good places. Every time I see a very good setup, I take picture, I give it to my chef. Every time I taste good food, I make a video presentasinya, and then the taste I tell my chef. Sometimes I go out with my chef to go out untuk nyoba places, just to kayak make a comparison. Dan dari situ kita ngebuat a very set menu engineering yang lumayan laku lah. Gitu. Jadi kayak betul-betul you have to see it from the consumer side, so it will be easier for you to manage from within.
Wah, ini benar-benar so many insight ya. I can't imagine loh jadi GM, dan like from the way you tell it, itu you share us the detail, itu kayak benar-benar jadi GM itu kayak oke, kita ngurusin restoran, oke, kita buat prosedur, oke, kita jualan, oke, kayak kayak aku denger tadi kayak kapan habisnya.
it's a never-ending story.
It's a never-
Right now kita lagi nge-flight mode ini handphone. Dan I believe kalau misalnya I turn this phone on,
Iya.
ini kayak bakalan banyak kayak 40 chats, 50 chats sekaligus. People asking approval, apakah marketing ini sudah bisa dikeluarin, apakah ini sudah bisa dirilis, apakah ini sudah benar gitu. Jadi kayak I'm a very micromanaging person.
Oh, oke.
Even titik koma the menu, I have to know.
Oke.
Dan kita betul-betul mikir, kalau misalnya ada menu, biasa kan ada tulisannya 44K, 30K gitu kan.
Yeah,
But then we think, I keep on thinking, penggunaan kata K itu kurang luxury, so we don't use that. Jadi kayak those little things yang from the consumer's point of view itu ngerasa lebih feel luxury, we try to have. Sampai kita beli sendok yang lebih berat just for it. Kita beli sendok yang lebih berat. Sendok yang lama ringan, kita beli cutleries yang lebih berat. Jadi itu kena feel-nya luxury. We have to do that.
The demon is indeed in the detail.
Yeah.
Jadi yang kayak emang sendok yang